All right, good afternoon and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so Kim just dropped me off back here at Santiam Pass. Got to spend a wonderful afternoon and night at Bob and Kim Grove's house in Salem, Oregon. Like I said, there's some family friends, well, I guess cousins of family friends of ours that live out here, and so they were super gracious and kind to let me stay at their place for the night and to come pick me up. And I mean, it was like an hour and a half drive to their place from the pass, so really awesome that they did that for me. And yeah, just super thankful for them and the warm home cooked meal and taking me to resupply and all the things. So yeah, Bob, Kim, Xander, Bridget, Moose, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, so now I'm headed back on trail, and I've got 6 miles to a place called Big Lake Youth Camp, where I'll meet back up with Jai and Lisa later on at some point today. In 4 miles, there's a guy named Magic Mike who does trail magic for, sorry, I thought I heard somebody, for hikers at like a dirt road crossing, or I don't know, some road. So it's just gonna be an easy, fun, magical trail, magic-full day. So yeah, stay tuned.
Your shoes are the kayaks.
All right, so we made it to Big Lake Youth Camp. There's Lisa, and we just had dinner in their mess hall, and now we're just staring at the lake and the smoke.
Whatnot, so if you only want to cook for a dozen people, then you just online or station. And then click. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so I just left Big Lake Youth Camp. I'm telling you, we've been sucked into absolutely every, just, I guess, comfort that has been afforded us the last couple days. We just got back to the trail super late yesterday, and then ran into this guy named Magic Mike. Sat with him for about 45 minutes. Went to Big Lake Youth Camp to get dinner. Felt like I didn't give Mike enough time, because the guy was super thoughtful about like how he was doing trail magic and wanted to know how he could better it and how he could best serve hikers. And so anyway, went back to Mike's place after dinner, camped there, hung out with him and some of his family members who had come up to do some trail magic. And yeah, Mike's just a good dude who really likes helping hikers. And yeah, very appreciative of him. But then this morning we came back to Big Lake Youth Camp to get their breakfast. So finally headed out and back on trail. Gonna try to do a 25-mile day today, which won't be too bad. But yeah, definitely I needed to leave this morning because I could have sat there for forever. And sometimes you just gotta kind of rip the Band-Aid off and go. So that's kind of what I ended up having to do. So yeah, just a little smoky today from some nearby forest fires, but shouldn't be too bad of a day other than that. All right, as you can see behind me, I have made it to the lava rock section. So part is kind of a neat section, but it's also really annoying because you're just walking over stuff like this. Also, another really cool fun fact, there's a guy currently setting the fastest known time
for a supported hike or run of the PCT. So that means that he has a team following him along. It's like that gives him like food and water at different roads and gaps and stuff. But he's currently 3 days ahead of the current FKT, and so yeah, he is gonna like blow the record out of the water. But he's supposedly like anywhere between 5 and 10 miles away from where I'm sitting right now. So should see him pretty soon, but pretty impressive, pretty cool. I also was on trail last year on the AT when the guy trying to FKT that trail came by, but I was at a shelter off trail, and he came by as I was like eating lunch, so I missed him by like 30 minutes, which was super annoying. So excited to kind of run into this guy today and just, I don't know, just see him run by. It's kind of neat.
I have officially made it to a new planet. Gonna see how this goes. I mean, obviously that's a joke. I'm just at another lava field, but this one's like has no trees and it looks like something in outer space. But yeah, so this is gonna be really annoying for the next, I don't know how many miles, but here we go. So those mountains right there. Okay, I think it's in focus now. Those mountains right there, that's north, and that's middle sister. South sister is on the other side of those mountains. But yeah, they're just, I don't know what the significance of their name is, but they're called the Three Sisters. So that's the mountains those are. So I just left some trail magic at a trailhead. Was out there for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I kind of got sucked in. But yeah, I just needed to get up and go, or I would sit there for way too long. Now it's still about 12 and a half miles to go. The cool thing was, got to run into the support crew for the guy who's setting the FKT. And he actually should be here like probably the next 10 minutes. So I'll probably meet him at some point here pretty soon. But yeah, it's just kind of a cool thing to get to kind of see and meet people who are helping out someone doing really cool and big thing. He's got like a film crew here, like getting some shots of him, and he's got some friends and family members who are supporting him. So yeah, it was just kind of neat to sit there and talk to him. He's from Belgium, so yeah, it was just kind of cool to meet his family and friends and his support team. And yeah, oh, here he comes. Okay, so false alarm. I just ran to his film crew, and now I'm going back to the trail magic. I'm not super far away because he's only a mile out, so he should be here literally in like probably, I'd say probably 7 minutes. And now I'm really curious about his whole like, stop process. So like when he meets his support team, he only stays for, I think they said maximum of 15 minutes. And he literally eats like 3 cheeseburgers from McDonald's and a bunch of like Cokes and stuff. So I kind of want to see what it's all about. So that's the guy sitting right there in that chair. Yeah, he's the guy sitting in the FKT. Oh, well, that was pretty wild to see that guy. So just to kind of give you a sense of how fast he's going, I've been on trail for, sorry, I'm trying to do quick math, I can't. Let's see, tomorrow will be 6 weeks. So tomorrow will be day 42 for me. He's on day 35. I'm only on 650 miles. He's going northbound. So he started at the Mexican border 35 days ago. I've literally been on trail longer than he has. And he's already gone almost 2,000 miles in 35 days. He's doing like 60 miles a day. So yeah, it's a super depressive feat, especially with how bad the Sierra was this year. And yeah, that guy, that's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, that was worth going back for, because yeah, that was just kind of a really cool experience to kind of get to see him. And he just doesn't even look tired. Like, rocks up, sits in his chair. Like, they bring him his food, they wash his feet, they bring him new clothes, new shoes, and then he's off. And he just looks super casual, super just, yeah, like this isn't a big deal. So yeah, that was a pretty cool thing to experience. All right, so it's been super hot today. Temperature is probably well in the 90s. And it's supposed to be like that for the next 2 days. So yeah, that's gonna suck pretty bad, but just gonna push through it. And then it's supposed to cool down pretty significantly by Thursday. Today's Monday, if you're curious. Yeah, so by Thursday, it should cool down. 2 more really hot days to go is going to be really frustrating. But that's part of it out here. You got to push through everything if you want to make it. Alright, so it is 8:43, and I'm waiting on Lisa and Jai to come down the trail. I'm at a spring. I've been here for about 30 minutes. I just decided to wait on them and make some dinner. That way I can just get to camp in like half a mile and just crash. But they shouldn't be 30 minutes behind me. So I'm a little confused about where they're at, but hopefully they were having some problems with their feet, so hopefully they're not like injured or something back there. But I'll just, I guess, keep waiting and hope they show up here pretty soon. All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so we cowboy camped. Well, Lisa and Jai just left. It is 6:45. Yeah, we cowboy camped here last night. We had a night hike in, so once we got here, we just like threw all our stuff out and went to sleep. Because we probably got here around 9:30, 9:45. But the plan today is to do another 25 miles. Trajectory is kind of nice. It's all downhill. We're also trying to beat the heat today. Lisa was feeling bad yesterday. Started getting a headache, and I hated the hot weather. So, we tried to get up early so we could beat the heat. So, yeah, I just finished breakfast. So now I'm going to try to get myself going. All right, so that's Middle Sister right there. North Sister is behind it somewhere over there. And so that would be South Sister now. So that makes the 3 sister mountains.
Crazy, like, lava rock fields.
Yeah. And then just like the peaks is what like blows my mind. All right, so it is 11:36. And as you can see, the smoke from the nearby forest fires is getting pretty thick. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're close by, but it just kind of the smoke's kind of getting in the way a little bit and a little annoying. But But yeah, so it's kind of making the trail like really cool and giving it kind of this like apocalyptic feel, which is neat. But it is kind of hard to breathe and sometimes gets in your eyes a little bit. But overall, not too bad. And as long as I can keep hiking and don't have to skip sections, and ultimately I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's the weather for today. All right, so taking a little side quest to a place called Elk Lake Lodge, or the Elk Lake Resort. Let's see, it's 2 o'clock right now. So we're going out here to get about to eat and just kind of like wait out some of the like major heat of the day, have some nice drinks, just cold Cokes and stuff, and then we'll head back to trail and finish out the last, I think we're probably going 6 more miles today. So yeah, but yeah, it's a hot one and it's a smoky one. So this is a nice little kind of fun thing to just get us out of the heat and out of the smoke.
Nice sign.
That is a pretty sign. I'm just glad we made it. All right, so we had a bit of rain today. Cleared off the smoke. We can finally see the sky since this morning, and it's a whole lot cooler. So, yeah. Thank goodness for the rain. Also, we just got back from our siesta down at Elk Lake. It's 5 o'clock, so we were there for like, I don't know, 2.5 hours. Yeah, it was really nice. We just ate at the restaurant, had a chicken sandwich and a Coke, got some ice cream, and just chilled out by the lake to kind of let the heat blow over. And then a storm came out of nowhere with some rain and really cooled things off and got rid of the smoke. So, you know, just amazing how things work out here. And if you'll just let it, the trail will provide. All right, made it to camp.
Very excited for this couscous for the first time. I ordered it on Amazon. Right.
All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so this morning it's 6:52. Left camp less than 10 minutes ago. Still pretty smoky, but looks like it's clearing off a little bit, but who knows what the day will entail with that. Sometimes it clears off, sometimes it stays. Sorry, I think I have a mosquito on my neck. Yeah, I do. But anyway, forgot to update yesterday. So today's Wednesday, and yesterday was Tuesday, which meant that I'm officially 6 weeks on trail, and I also passed the 700-mile marker yesterday. So that was exciting. If you remember from the AT, there were like mile markers at every 100 miles. Well, now going southbound on the PCT, I don't have that. So I just kind of show up and look at my Far Out app, and I'm like, oh, I've done 700 miles. So yeah, a little bit different this year, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Today's gonna be a 30-mile day, but the terrain looks really, really flat, really, really cruisy, so it should be really easy to do 30 miles. And yeah, should be a pretty chill day. All right, so mosquitoes are back in full force now. So got my sun hoodie on and my bug net pants. So I am prepared for these little suckers today, because they are not going to eat me up. not doing that again. All right, so it's kind of the thick of the summer. It's August 16th, and just kind of wanted to talk about like kind of what that means in terms of mentality and how that affects just, yeah, one's mental ability to keep going. So, the weather now is like just really stuffy. It's kind of humid. You have all this smoke, makes your mouth really dry. And now we're kind of out of a place where we're getting these cold mountain streams. So one of the great things about Washington is yeah, when it was hot, the good thing is you'd have these cold mountain springs that would flow down the mountain, and they were ice cold, and they were just like great to drink. Now you're just drinking out of like these like stagnant ponds that have just been sitting in the sun, and it's like lukewarm water, and it's like all of a sudden like you just, and now like we're hitting all these towns and trail magics, so I'm kind of used to like, you know, every day getting a cold Coke or something. So it definitely gets tougher mentally in situations like this, because it's like, gosh, like this is just miserable and there's no relief. And yeah, so yeah, that's just kind of how it goes out here, and that's, you know, part of the challenge is staying in it mentally as well as physically. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. All right, so Lisa just got word from a friend of ours named Milkshake, who is probably 200 miles ahead of us. But anyway, he has made it to Northern California and has just told Lisa that there's a 55-mile section from Side Valley to Etna, which is in Northern California, that's closed for fires. I'm about 2 weeks out from there, I'd say, maybe a little less. So we were kind of talking, and we're hoping that it dies down, but as of right now, that's kind of the first fire closure that I've had ahead of me. So luckily, I think there's enough lead time to where that can be reopened, but you just never know. But yeah, that's the trail news. All right, so we were told that there was a burn section coming up, but this is definitely the most recent burn section we've been through. I'd say this probably happened last year, so yeah, definitely was not expecting this kind of just desolation, but yeah, this is probably a fire from last year. But even in the midst of chaos, there's life. Alright, so it's 7:30 at night, and I'm about a mile from camp. Yeah, today's been a very long day, and quite the slog through the smoke, and the burned areas, and the trees, and the no views. But, you know, this is what the AT prepared me for. And again, like I say all the time, like if you want to get to the end, this is what you got to do. You got to slog through the crap. Sorry, I try to watch my language on here. Not always good about that out here, just being honest. But anyway, regardless, you got to slog through it. You got to get through the mentally tough days, the days that aren't as pretty, that aren't as fun, because that's what makes you a thru hiker. Like, that's what gets you from point A to point B on the map. So yeah, it was definitely a grind today, but you know, it's one step closer, and today was a 30-mile day, so yeah, I mean, can't complain with those numbers. That's a big day. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here and get to camp because I'm hungry and tired.